Hi guys, Mr. B here. In this video we're going to be looking at how to find the perimeter of squares and rectangles and also of some composite shapes made up of square and rectangles. We'll show you tell you what the perimeter is and how we can find them of the different shapes. Let's get started. So first things first, what is the perimeter? Well, the perimeter is the length of all the sides around your shape added together, okay? So if this was 2, 2, 2, 2, we'd add them all up, 2, 4, 6, 8, and the perimeter would be 8 centimetres or metres or feet, whatever it is you're measuring in. So it's the length of all the sides added together. So first we're going to look at what we know about squares and rectangles that makes finding the perimeter of those quite easy. Now, squares is one of the easiest one. We use what we know about squares. We know squares have 4 equal sides, which means they all equal the same. So you can be given just one side of a square and you can work out what the perimeter is because you know the sides of all of them. So if I was given that this is 3 centimetres, I now know that this side, this side, this side are all 3 centimetres. So I need to add them all together to work out this perimeter. 3, 6, 9, 12. So the length would be the perimeter, would be 9 centimetres. Okay? And it would also work backwards. Okay? So if someone told me, or a question told me, that the perimeter of this square was, let's say, 20 centimetres, I know there are 4 sides, so if all the sides added together are 20, if I divide my answer here, my perimeter, by 4, I'll find out what each side is. So 20 centimetres, so 20 divided by 4, I know my 4 times table, so I know there's 5 in there. So each one of these is 5 centimetres long, okay? So that's how we can use what we know about a square to find the perimeter of it. Now, we used to do the same sort of thing with a rectangle. Now with a rectangle, we know it has a pair of sides that are the same length. Oh, on there. So this side and this side are the same length, and this side and this side are the same length. So if you are given 2 sides, say you're given that this one is 5 centimetres and this one is 2 centimetres, we can now work out the perimeter because we know that this side is going to be 2 centimetres and we know that this side is going to be 5 centimetres. So we've got 5 and 5, which is 10, and 2 and 2, which is 4. So we've got 14 centimetres. Okay? So it's up to you how you work it out. If you wanted to, you could go 5, 6, 7, add your next 5, add your next 2, and get 14. Or you could say, well, I know it's 5 times 2, and 2 times 2, and add them together. Okay? So that's where we could work it out. Right, now let's look at composite shapes. So firstly, we know what a composite shape is. Now, a composite, a composite of something means when we join multiple things together. So a composite shape is a shape that is made up of 2 or more other shapes. So in this video, we're just going to look at simple composite shapes that are made up of different squares and rectangles. But what we use to find the perimeter can be used the same logic to work out harder ones. Okay, so what I'm going to show you here is a perfect example of composite shape. This is an example of composite shape because, as you can see, if we section this off, bit of a squiggly line there, but it is made up of 2 rectangles, okay? So that is a composite shape. Now, we're going to use that, and we're going to use the knowledge we learned before to work out the perimeter of this. Because we've got missing sides, but we don't know what the sides are, we can't work it out easy, like a square where we know they're all the same, or a rectangle where we know 2 sides are the same, but we have to use those things to work it out. I'll show you what you mean. So we need to know all the sides to know the perimeter of the shape, but we're missing side A and side B, okay? Now, we have a side here, A, where we need to know how long this is, okay? We haven't got a side opposite, that's the same, so we don't know, but what we can do is use what we know here as shapes. If this is a square here, or a rectangle, we know that this is 5 centimetres, okay? Because that side will be the same as that side. Again, the same with this. This will be 6 centimetres because I broke this into 2 different rectangles, I now know this side's 6 because there. So I know the whole length of this side is going to be 6 plus 5. So if I go 6 plus 5, I know that side A is 11 centimetres. Okay? We use the same things to find out what B is. Okay? We know that this full length here is 10 centimetres. Okay? All the way up and down. But because we know that this part here is the same as that, okay, because those two sides are the same, we know that up to here is 6 centimetres. So if we know the hole's 10 and up to there is 6, if we take our 6 away from the 10, whatever's left must be this side. So B must be 4 centimetres. So now we have all the sides, we can work out what the perimeter is. So we've got 10, and then we've got 11 for A, which is 21. Then our 6, 27. And our B, which is 4, and that would take us up to 31. And our another 5, which is 36. And then add our another 6, it takes us up to 42. So the perimeter of this shape is 42. We've used what we know about rectangles. We could use what we know about squares in order to find it. Let's do one more example. So we've got another shape. First job is to break it into 2 shapes we know the properties of. Again, 2 rectangles. So when I look at that, I can see first one that's going to be easy for me. I've got 3 centimetres here, so I know that length must be 3 because it's an opposite side, and I know 3 centimetres there, and that's opposite side, which is 3 centimetres. So I know the length of A must be 6 centimetres. Okay, and again here, I know that this full length here is 5 centimetres, but I know this length is 1 centimetre because it's opposite that one. That one's opposite there, 5. That one's opposite there, 1. So I know up to here is 1. So the rest left over must be 4 centimetres. Now, what I do want to say before I give you the perimeter on this one is a lot of time in questions, they are not drawn to scale, because I have a lot of students who have a look at it and say, well, that one's 6, so that one must be about 5 because I can see that, or they'll use a ruler. They're not drawn to scale, so you have to know what you know about maths, what you know about shapes, their properties, to work this out, okay? So the perimeter here, we got 5 plus our 3, which is 8, plus B, which is 12, because it's 4, plus 3 is 15, plus another one is 16, and plus 8, which is 6, that would take us up to 22 centimetres. So we've used what we know and how we find easy shapes like squares and rectangles in order to find the perimeter of these composite shapes. I hope that helped out. Hope you found that video useful, guys, and if you have, please give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. You'll get notifications of any videos that I put up as and when I do. Please share it if you know anyone that will benefit from this and find it useful. And if you've got any questions or anything, comment or use the Twitter or the Facebook page. Till next time, see you later.